I'm not seeing
Are other people seeing it? Maybe
thing.
I see
did I
it.
sh-
Yeah,
did I share the wrong thing?
I see it.
Oh, okay. Oh, let me go. I'm gonna now I just unshared, but let me go back.
Well, for some reason, mine's like 200 Zoom. That's probably why.
Oh,
I
okay.
have no idea what is happening. Okay, so I did mine for sixth to eighth grade, and I'm calling it muting the inner hater. So a hack, how to hack your brain when it's being a total hater. And so this is based on the perhaps I can statements. Okay, so meet the hater. So it's the voice that says, just give up. This is too much work. And it loves to tell you when you're going to get in trouble anyway, so why try? And it thrives on the fixed mindsets of the I can't. So newsflash, this this voice isn't you, it's a bad habit. It hates effort and loves drama. Today we're going to meet the hater using perhaps I can hack. And today's objective is moving from I can't handle this, which is the hater, to perhaps like, Emmy, come here. Okay, shh. To perhaps I can manage one part of this, the ball. Okay. Okay. Yeah, mommy's gonna present. Okay, shh.
Ah, great.
Respira. Okay, Ira, diles hi. Diles
Hello,
hi.
Hi.
Okay,
hello,
no,
Pumpkin.
ahorita, no crying.
Hello. Are you going to help your mommy present?
¿Me vas a hablar? Sí. Okay, so good. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so the perhaps I can hack. You don't have to be a perfect student to win. You just have to be a perhaps student. The hack is every time the hater says I can't, you reply with perhaps I can. And why it works. I have the little one over here making noise. Okay. Perhaps lower this the perhaps lowers the stress. It's not a lie, it's a possibility. And the power of perhaps I can. So when we say I can't, our brain stops looking for solutions. When we say perhaps I can, we open the door. So I also wanted to incorporate the script part about changing the script. And so the formula is doing a new script with perhaps I can. So I'm the old script is I'm bad at this. The new script is perhaps I can get better if. And then there's an activity which has a worksheet, which I'll show after the presentation. So the activity is half of the students in this class will have a slip with an inner hater quote, which is the I can't. So there'll be some I can't statements. And then the other half is going to have the perhaps I can. So they have to, when I count to three, they have to find their match. And that's going to be who they're going to be partnered with to work on the worksheet. And so then I added to be prepared to share with the class what statements your inner hater relates to the most. And then on the next slide, I have a reflection. So after we're done with the activity is wanting to know on a scale of 1 to 10 how loud their inner hater has been this week. Because I feel like oftentimes I even catch myself, saying I can't. So I'm curious to know that. And also what's the hardest I can't for them to flip into perhaps I can. And then a more deeper question would be, why do you think your brain finds it easier to believe the hater than the actual potential? And then we want to show the worksheet. So the worksheet, can you zoom in a little bit?
Is that better?
Yeah. Okay. So the worksheet is the one that the students would be working on, and it kind of just goes on to talk about changing the scripts and using perhaps I can as a method. So what is the inner hater actually saying? And then the remix part would be rewriting with the perhaps I can, and then I added the action cue, and those are the little steps that you're taking forward to make a change. So, in the example that I added in blue, it's the inner hater says, I'm trash at math. I'll never get this geometry stuff. I should just give up. So the perhaps I can remix is perhaps I can understand this if I ask the teacher to show me one more example after class. The action cue is raise my hand during the next practice problem. And then the presentation is another scene. So I added different scenes, which, the inner hater is saying, I'm going to stumble over my words and everyone is going to laugh at me during my speech. So then the students have to come up with a perhaps I can and an action cue. So a small step to making change to their thought process. And then the other one is the tryout, which is I didn't make the starting lineup because I'm just not as talented as the other kids. I'm a bench warmer for life. I feel like I hear a lot of kids that don't get a lot of playing time, or, the coaches have their favoritism, or it's because I'm no good. And so I thought adding something about sports in there would be good, especially for middle school. And then the other one is the blank page. This essay is too long. I have 0 good ideas and I'm going to fail this whole unit. And so again, they'd have to come up with a perhaps I can statement and an action cue. And then a creative one where I'm having them invent their own, perhaps one that they struggled with. And then I want them to come up with what their inner hater is saying, perhaps I can remix in an action cue. And then I added a last quote on there. But the end of the worksheet is the script isn't finished until the movie is over. You're the director. If you don't like the line, rewrite it. And I had help from AI as well. So I kind of helped me out with this worksheet and putting my ideas together for the PowerPoint. And
Wow.
that's it. Sorry, I was talking really fast.
Wow. Well, it was kind of hard, right? Yeah. It's like so many different things because you have the kids like moving around. You have them. You give them scaffolding with the worksheet. You explain the ideas. The graphics. The graphics were great. You're just using so many different elements here.
But it's also like helping them work through real life scenarios, which we need more of. Like we need to practice conflicting issues as students, and I love it. I always think giving them a chance to struggle a little bit and to work through those feelings is a great option. Awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. And you know what I was thinking about the whole time you're presenting is yesterday I had a bunch of 6th graders get into a big argument about whether Trump was good for us or not good for us as in the United States. And these are 6th graders and I stay out of it. And they'll ask me some questions and I will I answer them as honestly as I can, right? Knowing the crazy that we're living in right now. But what I loved is all of this applies to all of that these kids, and these are 6th graders that are feeling it, right? So lovely job. Thank you.
And you all are seeing why we love this, right?